Hello and welcome to another episode of EPMS Tech Talk. I'm Joanne LaFlamme.
I'm Chris Costa.
So Chris, what would you like to talk about today?
Well, people have been asking about being able to enter a data collection entry without having to re-enter the job number or the component number each time. Is that possible?
Sure. Yep. We have a couple buttons. There's a restart button and a reuse button that each of these buttons work a little differently, but that will accomplish that.
Sure.
So let's take a look.
All right, great.
Okay. So I'm going to go into data collections. And I'm going to come down to my press department and we will log in as Joe Pressman. So we'll clock him in. And then I'm going to select my job for the day. I'm going to select my booklet here. And I have component 1 and I'm going to come down here on my process code and we'll start him in the make ready. And we'll say normal work. And we'll click OK. So now he's off doing that work. So now what we can do is we'll go back in, and when we're done with that, I'll show you how you can do the next thing, the run on that process, without having to put the job number in again.
Okay.
Okay?
Super.
So I'm going to come back here. So say he's done with the make ready. He's going to click on production. He's going to say, pick his completion code. So we'll say that the process is complete. And we'll say we did 4 make readies. Now, instead of hitting the OK button, which is typically what you would do and start the next production entry, you have a reuse button right below that you can click on, and that's going to reuse the same job and component number. Of course, it's going to first ask if you used a material in the last process, so you can say yes or no and do that as you normally would. I'll say no here. And then it brings the production entry up again, but this time it's got the job number and component number and even the process code in if you wanted to reuse the same process code. But I could just come down here, click in the field and double click on the process code I want to do this time, click on normal work, and click OK. So you can see that makes it a little bit faster for your data collection people. They don't have to search for the job again.
Sure. Yeah, no, that's great.
Okay.
Now, what if I wanted to work on something I had already worked on earlier in the day?
Okay, that's a good question. Say, now for whatever reason he needs to go back and work on the make ready again, or maybe even for a different job. You can do that with the reuse button. Excuse me, the restart button.
Okay, sure.
So let's take a look at that.
All right.
So now on this screen, say he's done with whatever he's going to do on the run right now, and he's going to go select a process he did earlier in the day. Again, rather than hitting the production button here, he's going to hit the restart button. He's going to find his name here, and when he finds his name, it's going to show him everything he had clocked into so far in the day, and he can pick whatever he wants to work on again. So he would select it and hit the restart button. Of course, it's going to first ask him to complete what he's already working on, so we'll leave that as in process, and we'll click OK. Again, it will ask him, because he's clocking out of a process, do you want to enter a material? I'm going to say no. And then it comes up with the job number, component, and the process code that he asked to restart. So all he has to do is put in his cost code and click OK. And he's off and running. So again, saves a couple of mouse clicks and it's a little faster.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Okay.
Now, does that restart work, say, coming back from lunch or a break?
Sure, that's a perfect time to use the restart button. So we'll put Joe into lunch for a few minutes and then we'll go back and restart a process.
Okay, good.
Okay. So to go into lunch, as you know, he's going to hit the production button. We'll say he's still in process. He's still doing this process, but he's going to go to lunch. So I'll hit OK here. I'm not going to enter a material yet. And as you know, when you work on lunch, you don't put a job number in. We just come down to the process code, select List All Processes, find our lunch entry. So here's my lunch. Normal work. And we'll click OK. So now he's off in lunch. At some point he's going to come back from lunch. And now he can again hit the restart button. He'll go down to find his name, say we're going to restart the run process again, and he just hits restart. Brings up everything from the previous time he worked on it. Again, he just comes down to the cost code, sets normal work, and clicks OK. Now you can see that time it didn't ask him to complete what he was working on before because you don't need to complete lunch.
Right.
So it's even quicker.
Okay, super.
Okay.
That's perfect.
Do you have any other questions?
No, I think that was very good. Thanks.
Thank you.
Okay.
And thank you for joining us. For another episode of EPMS Tech Talk, I'm Joanne LaFlamme.
I'm Chris Costa.
Please look forward for more to come.